Factors influencing the decline. Several dynamics have contributed to the reduction from 33% to 40% in 1900 to the current 6% to 16% range. Fertility rates among populations of European descent average 1.5 to 1.6 children per woman, below the replacement level of 2.1, while regions like sub-Saharan Africa maintain higher rates, such as 4.5, fueling global population growth. The world's total has increased more than five-fold since 1900, with Asia and Africa experiencing the most significant expansions, thereby reducing the relative share of European-descended groups. Additionally, intermarriage has risen, evidenced by 17% of U.S. marriages in 2015 being interracial, leading some individuals with European ancestry to identify with other or mixed categories, further complicating counts. Projections for reaching 5%. Earliest and average timelines. Looking ahead, the white population of European descent is projected to decline further, potentially reaching 5% of the world's population, a level that varies by starting estimate and rate of change. The United Nations forecasts a global population of 9.7 billion by 2050, peaking at 10.3 billion in the 2080s and stabilizing at 10.2 billion by 2100, with most growth in sub-Saharan Africa. At 5%, the European descent population would number approximately 510 million in a 10.2 billion person world. Under the earliest plausible scenario, this could occur between 2080 and 2100. Starting from a lower current estimate, such as 750 million 9% in 2025, and assuming a rapid decline of 1% to 1.5% per year, driven by a sharp drop in fertility, e.g. to 1.0, and negligible migration, the population could fall to 700 million by 2050, 7% of 9.7 billion, and reach 510 million by the late 21st century. This accelerated timeline, while possible, requires conditions more extreme than current trends suggest. A more average projection places the 5% mark between 2150 and 2200. Beginning with 1 billion, 12%, in 2025, a moderate annual decline of 0.5% to 1%, consistent with today's fertility rates and aging populations, would see numbers drop to 900 million by 2050, 9% of 9.7 billion, 800 million by 2100, 8% of 10.2 billion, and approximately 500 million by 2150 to 2200, 5% of a stabilized 10 billion. This timeline assumes a gradual reduction, tempered by some migration and intermixing, and aligns with long-term demographic expectations. From the broadest starting point of 1.3 billion, 16%, reaching 5% could extend beyond 2200, requiring a slower decline or additional growth in global totals. Conversely, from the strictest 500 million, 6%, the 5% threshold might arrive sooner, potentially by 2100, if decline rates exceed 1% annually. Variables shaping the future. These projections depend on several factors. Fertility rates, migration patterns, and how white and European descent are defined over time will influence outcomes. A significant decrease in births or increased outmigration could hasten the decline, while immigration into Europe or North America might slow it. Changes in identity, whether through intermixing or cultural shifts, could also redefine the population size. Broader environmental, technological, and political developments add further uncertainty to long-term forecasts. Conclusion. The white population of European descent has decreased from a high of 33% to 40% of the world's population in 1900 to an estimated 6% to 16% in 2025, with 12% serving as a balanced midpoint. This range reflects diverse definitions, from the strictest focus on unmixed European lineage, 6% to 8%, to the broadest inclusion of partial ancestry, 14% to 16%. Projections suggest this group could reach 5% as early as 2080 to 2100 under rapid decline, or more typically between 2150 and 2200 based on moderate trends, a span of 250 to 300 years from its peak. This trajectory illustrates the evolving nature of global demographics, shaped by both historical forces and the fluidity of human identity.